Hello, welcome to Polyphonic Press. My name is Jeremy Boyd, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new album by Gary Clark Jr. entitled Blak and Blu. Here we go. So Gary Clark Jr. is a blues guitarist who's really been making a name for himself in the blues and jazz, R&B, that sort of realm a little bit. And he's finally kind of breaking into the mainstream a little bit with a couple of little songs being played on the radio. And this is his 5th studio album overall. This album starts off with a song called Ain't Messin' Around, and it's got a very lively soul feel to it, and this is emphasized by the horn stabs. But it also has some garage rock elements mixed in there too with the fuzz guitar, and it sort of like counterpoint and really contrasts the song quite a bit. The two genres are very different, and it keeps it from being a straight ahead soul song, and it also keeps it from being a straight ahead garage rock tune. It's really a happy middle ground. It really kind of blew me away because when you think about a garage rock band, you think of, 4 or 5 guys, exactly that, sitting around in a garage and playing music. And when you think of soul, you kind of really think of this really professional, polished, put together live act with dancing and singing and all these things. But it really it struggles to be either of those things, and it's both of those things at the same time. It's really cleverly done. The title track, Blak and Blu, has a much more R&B, sort of almost early 90s hip-hop feel to it. It really does remind me of like early 90s hip-hop, and I'll be the first to admit that I really don't know much about that genre, but from what I've heard of it, it really does sound like that, with the beat and the harmonies on the vocal are really crisp and really reminiscent of that time. What I like about this song is that it alludes to a certain time in music, but it also has a very timeless feel to it. It's sort of like paying homage to a different time, but sort of in an updated kind of way. The song Travis Country has a much more straight-ahead rock and roll feel to it. It's got a sort of a loose blues riff at the beginning. One thing I did notice about this song is the organ accompanying the main riff and the main feel of this song. Really just sort of underneath the song and just sort of giving a little bit of emphasis and just there for a little bit of flavor, not overpowering anything. I would say it's much more of a garage rock tune, and it's a lot more bare and a lot more raw than the first song on the album. The guitar solo is very reminiscent of Chuck Berry, using 2 strings and just sort of that riff that Chuck Berry gets, using almost like a saxophone riff that Chuck Berry used to do with his guitar. But it's really Chuck Berry through George Harrison, because what he's doing is he's playing this Chuck Berry riff, but in the middle of the solo he switches to single string notes, which is very much what George Harrison would do on a Chuck Berry song. The song Things Are Changin' is a much needed breath of fresh air. It's very laid back, very easy, and a lot of the songs that are leading up to this one are very intense, with a lot of loud guitars and things like that. It's sort of like you're working and you need to take a breather. As fun and as exciting and as vibrant as the loud guitars are, you really do need a bit of a break from it, and this song certainly lends itself to that. It's sort of like a slow funk groove kind of thing, kind of like Sly and the Family Stone or something like that. It really has that early 70s soul feel, soul funky kind of with the wah-wah guitar and everything like that. It's really cool. The album ends with a song called Next Door Neighbor Blues, and I thought this was the perfect song to end the album on because it's recorded in a way, almost sounds like it's recorded with a really old microphone. It's very simple, very basic. Almost sounds like it was recorded on the front porch or something. It's just a kick drum keeping the beat, and Gary Clark with the slide acoustic guitar and singing in a really old blues fashion. He's sort of giving a wink and a nod to his influences, and he knows exactly where he's coming from, and he knows exactly where he's going. And it's just sort of paying tribute and paying homage to the people who came before him. The production is pretty raw. Although I would have turned down the reverb a little bit, give it a little more natural feel, a little too processed for me, but really not that bad and not that big of a deal, really. This is a great collection of soul, R&B, and blues songs that really work well together and really work well by playing off of each other. I really love this album. I really can't say too much bad about it, so I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. So anyway, that's what I thought about the album. Let me know what you guys think in the comments or with a video response, and if you'd like to suggest an album for me to review, please leave that in the comments as well. I just want to thank Rocker JCC for suggesting this album for me to review. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you, and I guess that's about it. See you guys next time. Take it easy.